Hey guys, thanks for checking out another video. Today we got a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee behind me. Came in for a check engine light, PO 456, nothing real exciting. Real common on these is the ESIM, which is the Evaporative System Integrity Monitor. It took the place of the leak detection pump. I didn't really follow that along. I thought it was kind of overdone, so I kind of just went ahead with it. The second part of it, though, is the part. It's the second part of it. For a lot of these vehicles, there is a software update. There's a bulletin on it, depending on the vehicle. I did go ahead and pull the sheet out, which is available on Tech Authority. I cross-referenced the software number that's in it versus what is supposed to be in it, and it does need the update. So I figured I'd bring you guys along and watch me stumble through it. I don't do a lot of programming. It's something that's still pretty new to me. I just don't do enough of it. So up until very recently, I would call a good friend of ours in. I won't mention any Keith from New Level names, but I would routinely just call Keith over and have him do it for me. But I figured I should be doing this myself, and I figured I'd bring you guys along and watch me hopefully not mess it up too bad. Alright, so we didn't bring anybody along for the software install because that would have taken like 4 hours. Between the Java applet and the drivers and trying to find the J2534 software, which is deeply buried in a document, so I went and installed the wrong software. It is what it is. I installed, what did I install? I inadvertently installed the Tech Tools, which is not the tool we should be using. And ironically, I think if I had to find the software again, it may take me a minute. But we went into, let's see if the topography actually wakes back up again. No, it's not there.
What's going on with my car? I was just going to go to bed and I look outside and I say, my car's not there.
No, but we're doing a video on your car.
Oh, you're doing a video on it?
Yeah.
Am I interrupting?
Yeah, well no, you're in it now.
Not like this. Alright, just
You're
leave
in
the
it.
keys in
Poor
the
man's in his
mailbox.
skivvies. Yeah.
Just give the key to Maria.
Alright.
I'll see you later.
Ironically, if we back out of topography, we just go to available flashes, we go into the PCM, it is listed, this is the one we want. The old number was AI, the new one's going to be AP, and that's our fix for the evap leak. And it inadvertently will fix a whole bunch of other issues. So.
Looks like it'll even take care of recalls. I saw 2 recalls on there.
We shut the radio off. We're going to shut the AC off. We shut the interior lights. We latched the door. I have reviewed. Yes, sure. You saw me. I read it all. You're a witness. I read everything.
So the whole thing.
Now we hurry up and wait.
That's it.
This is where we do the speed through.
It's interesting to me because it's such a different interface than what I'm used to.
This is what us mere mortals have to go through.
Hey.
Love you, man. I hope everybody's figured out who's behind the camera by now.
Yeah, just some guy from New Level. Never heard of him before.
I won't mention his name, Keith. I'm never too old to be the student. School's in session at 8 o'clock at night. Just a quick footnote, and on that note, if somebody's willing to teach, don't be stupid, take it. Be humble. And if you have something to offer, offer it. Don't be stupid.
That's right.
I think Keith and I had a little discussion today about that.
Yes, we did.
And I think we're going to have to do we may have a further conversation and include everybody in on it.
Absolutely. It's gonna be.
There seems to be an industry-wide problem.
Let's see how far we're progressing here.
Haha. Flash process failed. File signature verification failed.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Go back out to your topology for a moment. Make sure that you can still communicate with the PCM. And that didn't go red on you.
ABS went red.
ABS went red. Okay. Let's go back into PCM. Verify that it still talks. Yeah, everybody's red.
Everybody just went red.
That's interesting. Alright. Whatever you do though, we're not going to cycle the key off. No matter what anything on the screen tells you or anything else like that, that's the one rule. We never cycle the key.
Should we restart the software?
You can actually try going back out there and actually looking at, let's see, what do you have there? Up on the top. Routines. Go ahead, go into routines. And go into your PCM. And hit check PCM VIN. And let's see if it'll actually run that routine and speak to it. Even though we see the VIN up there, we see a no response down here at the bottom. Okay. Alright, so this is the scary part. Because if it's not responding to that, then the question is it the tool, or is it that it stopped mid-programming and may have erased data and not put it back in? So we're going to unplug this scan tool for a second here.
Should I restart the software?
Plug it back in. Restart your software. Excuse me. There you are. So that's part of the reason there. It looks like it may have dropped for a moment.
I think our internet connection dropped.
Yep.
So possibly we want to tether this differently.
Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to tether this over to mine. Just give us a minute. We'll be right back. Okay, let's start recording again, and we are going back in to give it a try on a different Wi-Fi. Auto Intelligent Inc. Never heard of them. I thought we were using an Autel.
Here come the jokes.
Well, you know.
I know.
I think that may also be why the topology stopped showing it. Okay, keep going, keep going.
It's coming. That's a good sign.
That's a very good sign. This PCM is showing there, so.
Let's go back to the topology. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Now we're in, and we see little green lightning bolts.
Everywhere.
Right.
But we're just going to work on the one that it's called for, because we don't want to create a problem.
That's right. Click on the PCM. There you go.
There you go. Let's try this again.
I'm going to zoom that back a little bit.
Yes, I read it. I read it again. Just in case I missed anything. You know the part where it said make sure you have a stable internet connection?
Hey, look how fast that downloaded.
Amazing.
There you go. That's what I was expecting to hear before, that fuel pump cycle. Starting Chrysler Flash, there's our ding. Now sometimes when you're doing that, you look up there on the dash, everything will go black. Don't be scared, that's normal. They're just going into a mode there where they want to turn off all the other, there you are, yep. All the other accessories there that are unnecessary for the moment. They want to eliminate those so that way there's no communication happening on that line other than what they're commanding. And the progress bar is moving, which is a great sign. And that is exactly why, though, you do not cycle the key. Because a lot of them can be recovered as long as you don't cycle the key.
Another hurdle when you go to activate your subscription.
Right?
I only have Internet Explorer on here, which is horrible. The only thing Internet Explorer is good for is downloading other browsers. But a lot of the other browsers don't work well with
Automotive software.
automotive software. I couldn't think of the right way to say it. So this is strictly my shop PC. There's nothing. I don't even have antivirus on here. I have nothing on here. I think Sam over at Tool Hut actually has a nice video on setting up
Yes, he does.
a laptop, how to what to shut off, what to turn on. the snafu was Internet Explorer. I go to Tech Authority, I go to activate my subscription, and it keeps coming up with a signature, I'm sorry, a security certificate, an invalid security certificate. So I literally had to go to another machine, activate my subscription, come back in here, and then log in. And then of course then it asks you for a token because it thinks you're hacking in from a different location. So then I had to go get a token emailed, go copy it down, right, bring it back in here. So don't be surprised when you run into that.
Yep. Even with the YTech subscription, we still have to deal with the tokens.
That was the first thing you asked me before.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a token issue? I didn't even get that far. I couldn't even pay for the subscription. The alternative is to get it through AE Tools and let them handle it.
That's right.
I'm not there yet. I'm getting there.
Soon. Is this not the most boring process that you have to go through? Right.
It's clean. It's clean work.
It is clean work. It also gives you time to think about all those other cars, though, that you have waiting out there that need to get done.
And it's definitely not too physical, which is good because, you know, I'm old and broken.
But as you see, though, there's lots of hitches along the way, though. Not everything goes as predicted.
I do believe the first thing you told me when I started doing this was prepare for the learning curve, have a deep pocket.
Yep. Expect you're going to make a break at least once. Nissan being the key to all that. Alright, so you got to turn your ignition key off.
Now we can turn it off.
And hit OK, and then it'll tell you when to turn it back on. I'll zoom in a little bit here on the screen.
I'll shut the music off. I know my hearing's going, but
There you go.
I knew I heard music.
And you have to hit OK. Flash process is successful.
Done.
Hit OK. Now, here's my suggestion to you. Go out of topology. Go back into your available flashes. Up there on the top right hand corner. Top right.
Top right.
There you go.
Oh.
Available flashes. Let it sit there and populate again one more time just to see how many have gone away. And you see that TCM one over there?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, if you took note of what we had there when we were looking at the PCM, there was mention in there about transmission updates as well. But notice that the TCM is still there for a flash update. Now, on YTech it would actually tell me, hey, bring this software up. J2534 is not doing that for you. So click on your TCM because you have those to finish. You're not just doing one module on this car, you're doing more than one.
Now, is it recommended to do them all?
You should, what you're going to do is anytime at all you have things that go together like PCM and TCM, you're going to do those two together. In this case here it's an ECM, engine control module, not a powertrain control module. So your ECM and TCM, you always want to have those at the same software level. If it was something like body control module and our cabin compartment node or our cluster for that matter, if they had a bulletin that was relative to one another. So you always read through what they're going to give you there, because if the BCM said, hey, we made improvements to instrument cluster updates, you're going to do two modules.
One affects
yeah, always look to see what they're actually doing to the best of what they give you, because they don't always tell you everything. But that way you know for sure, though, that when you're in there and you're done, at least everything is brought up to the software level to match the other module.
Now, on the flip side, if you aren't here right now, I wouldn't know this. What are the consequences?
You could end up with shifting issues, late shifting, things like that, depending upon what they're actually trying to accomplish. I mean, when we look at this here, we have a recall in there for transmission electric shift lever. That kind of ensures that if it went to the dealership, they would say, oh, somebody did half the recall but not the full recall, and that would come back on you as as something that they may not appreciate. So
and here's the funny part: this truck was at the dealer 2 months ago, and they said, no, there's no updates, everything's good. I sent this truck to the dealer for another issue, and they told me, no, there's no updates.
Yeah.
But
luckily the camera's pointed the other way, so you don't see my surprised face.
All right, here we go again.
Yep. Did you read it this time?
I did.
All right.
For those that don't know, he paused the camera and I read everything, and then he started recording again. And I'm a speed reader.
And we're really, really good at video editing. One of these days I will edit a video. It's all the free time I have. So what other cars did you have cooking today?
Transmission issue on that old Dodge van, service on a Volvo, air conditioning van for full service. That was it so far.
That's still good work. Not everything can be this mundane.
And this was one of those I specifically pushed to the end so I wouldn't be interrupted. The day's over and I could do this with limited interruptions.
Smart idea.
I actually tried to do this at least 2 other times and quit. I said, I'm not even going to get started.
You always get a phone call, someone will stop by.
As we were sitting here, the phone was ringing. I think I muted it. It's over here somewhere.
Yep.
I'm sure not quite as busy as your phone, but...
Pause this and come back when it gets closer. Alright, what do we got there?
We got lights, dashes going out, radio went out, things coming back on.
Things are happening.
It's like a holiday celebration. I'm being very careful.
Name that movie reference in the comments.
Look, Erica, restarting flash, alarm block. Don't move.
Flash process failed. Invalid response received from ECU. It's interesting. We didn't drop our Wi-Fi. Okay, hit the OK button.
Not much of a choice. We lost the original VIN number.
Okay, click on Flash ECU again.
Again, I have read all of the documentation.
Which is why there was no failures. Starting flash engine, please wait. Excuse me. What's on this? There's much on there.
You got my good angle, right? It doesn't make me look fat.
No, not at all. No, yeah, I think you're okay.
Fat. Hold on, right? Is that better?
Yeah, that's it. Flex it.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
So macho. Yeah. That's it. Hey, come on now. This isn't a Danner video. That's right, Paul. I said it.
Oh, no.
We have a love-hate relationship. He hates to love me. Come on now. Get in there.
It's like watching grass grow.
It really is.
And you literally can't do anything else.
Nope.
You can't walk away.
Nope. Because if it tells you to press a button, you have to be there to press that button. And if you wait too long, that's not a good thing. Look at that. Flash process successful. I blame Awful Tell. Hit OK.
Eric, I know you got my back on this.
I'm sorry. Actually, this is auto-intelligent. That was my mistake. All right. So, now you got your original VIN back in there. Remember what I said before. Same thing. Go right up here to go up to your topology or go up to your available flashes.
And funny that oh wait, that's
your newest part number. The AE now. It's already been updated.
And that's for the transmission. I was expecting to see the AP.
Nope.
So let's go back to available flashes.
Yep.
Which
you're already in. So go to topology and then click back into available flashes so it re-updates. Yeah, no worries. Go back into available flashes. Okay, so TCM's no longer there. Now you can cycle your key off. And wait about, let's say wait about 15 seconds or so. And then you cycle your key back on. And now when you go back into the topology, everybody should be green again. Theoretically, if everything was good. What do we got going on there? What does that say? Radio in the center? Hover above that center one right there.
Radio.
Which we know is actually active. Alright, close out of your 2534 for a moment. Go back in there again.
Aha.
You dropped that on my Wi-Fi, I believe.
Luckily, I think we dropped out of it after the flash.
Yes, we did. If it continues to drop, make sure that your Wi-Fi is not set up to go into battery saving mode or anything like that also. Some wireless cards will do that, and that'll kill you.
Well, and I'm also, if you can, stay plugged in.
Here comes all those modules. Looks like a fully populated list again. Go back into topology. And like magic, everybody's back. And PCM and TCM, I'll zoom that in. No more little green lightning bolts. There are other modules there that have updates. You only touch those updates if they make sense. Or if it's relative to a problem that you're actually trying to solve. So I always just give them a once over most of the time. I'll go around each one of the modules there. If it has anything at all to do with ECM, TCM, that's what I'll do. But I can tell you now though, from doing so many of these, you have nothing else there. It's just ECM and TCM on this one.
That's it?
That's it, bud. Hey, look at that, it even starts.
Now we gotta clear the check engine light.
Actually you don't. You should not have to clear the check engine light. If you have a check engine light on, which you might have here, if I get that light out of the way, is the next part of this that sometimes you end up having to do, which is learning the electronic throttle control. So you may have a code for that, because when you did the ECM programming, you actually got rid of any codes that would have been there, right? You wiped it clean, and now you gave it a fresh new copy. Sometimes you'll have to learn the electronic throttle control. Now, unfortunately, that's not a scan tool.
Right.
So you're gonna have to pop out, grab your auto. You have any hand sanitizer? No. I say it jokingly, of course. A tool is a tool.
It's in here somewhere. It is. See if it's in here.
Go into diagnosis first. We got to know what it actually is. Let's see if
Jumping
that
ahead.
really truly is the problem.
It may still have that PO. No, it shouldn't have the PO 456.
No, it shouldn't. So it said some communication codes that were in there.
All U codes.
All U codes. So yeah, you can't clear them unless you go key on engine off on that one. And that may have been because of the drop out there while you were doing the TCM, so. There you go. Okay, just when you start it up again, just make sure you have throttle response.
Lights out.
Give it a little tap on the throttle, make sure you're good there. And that's it, bud. You got throttle response. You don't have to do the ETC control on this one. If it were a new module, 100% guaranteed you would have to do that.
That and the
And
Here. That's how good. That's how good that system works. By the way, look at how many modules we're talking to now.
None.
Disconnected, but we're talking to modules.
So every time we shut the key off or disconnect it, we're gonna have to manually go in there, shut the program down, reinitiate the program so it can connect again.
That's right.
And then if we actually did what you were just saying, if we did a new module, we'd also have to do not only the throttle, but then we have to do the wireless. Help me here. Why am I drawing a blank?
Yeah, well, if we had to do, we would also have to do the WCM replacement, the PCM replacement procedure.
Wireless control module.
Yep.
I had it. I was there.
I knew you were there. I knew what you were going for. I just wanted to see if it would catch up. Hey, it's late.
It's late.
Your hours are like my hours, and probably even then some.
And I have to be at my other job in 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I have about that long to shower, eat, and sleep. So
Yep.
it's all good though.
I only have about 4 or 5 left, and then I'm done. So.
And the only thing we have to do is, which I'm not going to get to do, I'll let the customer do it, is actually drive it and reset all the monitors and
That's right.
make sure we're 100%. That's it. I want to thank you for stopping down and helping me out. And thanks for checking out the video, guys. Check out Keith's channel. I think you all know it already. If you found me, you found him first. And click subscribe and all that other good stuff, and ring the bells, and check out the social media, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for checking out.